Hi and welcome everyone. Hamstring and arm training. One exercise for the hamstrings, one eccentric exercise for the triceps and two for wrists. While trying to learn a recipe for spiced apple pancakes, the exercises are just for me. So if you follow along, do it at your own pace, and following along and participating in the exercises is completely at your own risk. So before we start with the warm-up exercise, the source for this recipe for spiced apple pancakes is from publicdomainreceipts.com. And the preparation time are 15 minutes, the cooking time 10 minutes, and it should result in 8 pancakes. So first exercise, just to get everything warm. The feet are quite wide apart and pointing a bit to the outside. We breathe in, go down and up, and breathe out. And breathe again in and out. And breathe again in and out. And in, out, and again in, out. Let's do it one more time. In, out, and again in, out, and in, out. Now in and close the legs, and we can begin the hamstring exercise. 10 minutes preparation, 15 minutes preparation, 10 minutes cooking, and 8 pancakes. Now the ingredients: 1 peeled apple, 1 egg, 1 cup of flour, 2/3 cups of milk, 1 teaspoon sugar, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon baking powder, salt, and butter. Now we stand like this on one leg and the toes are pointing forward. The other leg is straight and the foot is flexed. And that leg goes back. The upper part of the body goes down. We try to go down in one straight line. So don't go to the side of something, just straight down. And the standing leg tries to be as tall as possible. Not overly force it, but it should be tall, and we are training the hamstring of a standing leg. The preparation time are 15 minutes, the cooking time 10 minutes, and it should result in 8 pancakes. Let's check the ingredients again. 1 peeled apple, 1 egg, 1 cup of flour. 1 peeled apple, 1 egg, 1 cup of flour, 2/3 cup of milk, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon baking powder, salt, and butter. 1 peeled apple, 1 egg, 1 cup of flour, 2/3 cups of milk, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1 teaspoon, and do only as many as you can do, controlled and concentrated. After you reached that point, rest. 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1 egg, 1/2 teaspoon baking powder, butter, and salt. And the preparation time are 15 minutes, the cooking time just 10 minutes. And it should result in 8 pancakes. So this is enough of it leg. 1 peeled apple, 1 egg, 1 cup of flour, 2/3 cup of milk, 1 teaspoon sugar, 1 teaspoon sugar, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon baking powder, salt and butter. And now we also need 1 pan and a heat source, 2 bowls, 1 knife, 1 teaspoon, and 1 cup. Now with the other leg, the foot stands stable, and we do the same thing. the other leg is straight, foot is flexed, and we go back and the upper part of the body goes straight down. We try to be all the body into that direction. We are training the hamstring of a standing leg. One peeled apple, 1 egg, 1 cup of flour, 2/3 cups of milk, 1 teaspoon sugar, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, a half teaspoon baking powder, salt and butter. Then we need a pan and a heat source, 2 bowls, a knife, a teaspoon, it has a cooking time of 10 minutes, a preparation time of 50 minutes, and should result in 8 pancakes and is called spiced apple pancakes. And this is enough for that leg, and then we are done with the leg exercise and can now go to the triceps exercise. So, how we should do it? We should combine the 1 cup of flour and the 1 teaspoon sugar and the 1 teaspoon cinnamon and the half teaspoon baking powder and the 1 pinch of salt in a bowl. And we exercise. The first arm presses against the other arm, so this hand presses against that hand. And now this hand gives slowly in, and this arm can come up. Now on the other side, press against it, and that arm slowly gives in. And on the other side. And we are giving this very precise, eccentric pressure onto the triceps. And slowly give in. And the other side. Here. And one more with both arms. Press in and slowly give in. One more. And with it we can continue with the 2 rest exercises. So after we've added the 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon sugar and the 1 teaspoon cinnamon, the half teaspoon baking powder and the pinch of salt into a bowl, we separate now the egg yolk and the egg white. The egg yolk is the yellow part, the egg white the white part of the chicken egg. And we add the egg yolk to the bowl with the flour, the cinnamon, the sugar and the baking powder and the pinch of salt. And we whisk the egg white foam. And then we slice the apple into thin stripes. Now both hands come out, the fists, and we turn the fists in. We add the 1 cup of flour, the teaspoon cinnamon and half teaspoon baking powder and a pinch of salt in a bowl and combine it. Then we separate the egg yolk and the egg white. We add the egg yolk to the dough, to the battery, and we whisk the egg white foamy, and we slice the apple, a peeled apple, and slice it and cut it into thin stripes. We take 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, and half teaspoon baking powder and a pinch of salt into a bowl. We separate the egg yolk from the egg white, the egg yolk into the bowl with the other ingredients, and we whisk the egg white foam. We separate we cut the apple and into thin stripes, the peeled apple into thin stripes. And with that, we are done with the first exercise and can go on with the second. So 1 cup of flour with 1 teaspoon sugar also already. 1 cup of flour with 1 teaspoon sugar with 1 teaspoon cinnamon, with a half teaspoon baking powder, and with 1 pinch of salt. Not the vanilla flavor, just the sugar, the cinnamon, and the flour with baking powder and the salt. And then we combine the batter with 1 teaspoon vanilla extract and egg white and the 2/3 cup milk. Okay, so now with the other arm. So the shoulders are good aligned, the other arm feels good, and you have good feeling in that arm, good control. Then you bring the fist down and press with moderate force against the index finger. So we take the 1 cup of flour, the 1 teaspoon sugar, the 1 teaspoon cinnamon, and the half teaspoon baking powder with a pinch of salt and combine it in a bowl. Then we separate the egg yolk and the egg white, nothing outside. We add the egg yolk to the bowl and whisk the egg white foam. Then we separate we slice the apple into stripes, and then we add to the bowl the two-thirds cup of milk with from the top against the third finger and from the bottom against the third finger. And with that we are done with the first arm. We add a teaspoon vanilla extract and the egg white with the milk. And then we add 1 teaspoon of butter into the medium-high heated pan and bake always 3 teaspoons of the battery for 2 minutes from each side. Now with your arm, good aligned shoulders, good feeling in the arm, the fist down, and press with moderate force against the index finger. So we take the 1 cup of flour, the 1 teaspoon sugar, the 1 teaspoon cinnamon, the half teaspoon baking powder, and 1 pinch of salt, and combine it into a bowl. Then we separate the egg yolk and the egg white. We whisk the egg white foamy and add the egg yolk to the bowl. We slice an apple, a peeled apple. Where's the egg? We slice the apple into stripes from the outside. Then we add the 1 teaspoon vanilla extract and the 2/3 cup of milk and add it. And when we preheat our pan on medium heat, and then we add a teaspoon of butter into the heated pan up on the top, and bake the pancake bake 3 teaspoons of dough of the battery in the pan for 2 minutes and flip it and for 2 minutes from the other side. And now from the bottom. And this is the end. These were the exercises. When we're done with this, I'm going to check lastly what it was. With the egg white also in. And then extract with the egg white and milk. I don't know where the egg ended up, but I'm out of time. Thank you very much for participating. Until next time.